Scared? This is what I see.
Look, I'll call the police. Mate.
Right there.
From deserted forests to intense storms, some outdoor adventures take a dark and terrifying turn. Imagine being watched by figures while stealth camping or getting trapped in a vehicle during a severe tornado warning. When the sense of safety suddenly vanishes, would you risk everything to stay or escape while you still can? For Franco, camping encounters have always been a central part of his content, but one terrifying night made him reconsider everything. He is a creator many viewers already recognize from his YouTube channel, Franco TV. On his channel, Frank brings his audience along on unsettling adventures to some of the most eerie and disturbing locations, imaginable places most people would never choose to visit. Known for his fearless mindset and constant curiosity about the supernatural, he explores haunted sites trying to uncover mysteries that blur the line between the living and the dead. According to local accounts, restless spirits are said to still wander the grounds, unable to find peace. Over time, visitors have reported hearing voices that sound human, echoing through the darkness, while others claim to have seen shadowy figures moving between gravestones. The cemetery is also rumored to be the site of strange nighttime ceremonies, possibly connected to dark rituals. Because of these unsettling details, the location is widely avoided after sunset. But for Frank, that risk only makes the mystery more compelling. Determined to find answers, he returns to document what might be hidden there. On September 1st, 2024, Frank arrives shortly after nightfall. Darkness has already settled in, and the only light comes from distant street lamps, casting long shadows across the cemetery.
Because apparently this has been like a hot spot. It's a very famous witch that pretty much passed away, and people come to serve this area. And I want to see if they're even doing a ceremony now. Or tonight. I'm not going directly to it just yet because that looks like it was just lit. At least I think it is. I got more candles in here. Alright, before I go inside, I want to go around this place.
During a previous visit, he had come across a group performing a ritual, so this time he carefully checks the area to make sure he is alone. While candles in a cemetery are not unusual, several appear freshly lit, immediately raising concern.
Because I have a feeling I got somebody yelling. Alright. I just got the sound of somebody yelling over here. I'm gonna come from this side over here. See, that's what I'm afraid of, man. I mean, I'm not expecting this place to be empty at any means. It will do good. I got something in the back there. I just saw what looked like a light. Slightly. Right there. I knew it. This is where I heard the scream coming from. I can't stick myself out. I'm gonna stick the camera out. What the hell are you doing? I'm gonna switch it to color. This is what I see. All black. See if they light another candle. That's one. The last time I was here, I saw like 7 people.
As he moves deeper into the graveyard, the tension increases. He notices what seems to be a single figure in the distance, though he can't be certain. The atmosphere feels off, heavy and watchful. Unsure of what the figure might be doing, he changes direction, trying to avoid any confrontation. But the further he goes, the more the situation escalates.
I'm gonna see if I can start staying a little bit more inside the tomb area. Just so that way I'm not so obvious. So I am definitely hearing something. I'm still trying to see if I can see any lights or candles or anything for where I seen that person walking through here. And look right over there. Just saw something dark, and then they went right into the tomb. Look at the tomb. Look, you see it? There is something or someone inside that tomb right now. They're just watching me, I think. I don't want to approach it because, one, I don't know what they're up to, and two, I don't know how many people are in there. And that is a head. I'm hoping it comes out a little bit more. So I am now approaching the area where I seen that kid. What's the creepiest part is that this whole area in the back is known for deceased children, the children that passed away. So to see a kid running through there like nothing at that specific area to this graveyard kind of freaked me out.
Then, breaking the silence, a faint sound carries through the darkness. A child laughing.
I hear what sounds like a kid laughing. I want to see if you guys can hear it. Hold on. What is that? You see? You hear it? Look. Oh, that is so creepy.
The sound is distant but clear, sending a chill through him. He stops and listens carefully, but the cemetery quickly returns to silence. With only the faint hum of the nearby city in the background, he continues forward, unaware that the most unsettling moment is still ahead.
I really feel like I'm being watched right now. Down this area. I'm gonna keep making my way forward. I hate this area. This area is by far the creepiest for me. Oh, what the? There's someone just leaning up right there against the wall. I was not fucking expecting that. That scared the shit out of me. I'm probably not gonna go up that way. All black. I was wearing all black. That looked like a shadow.
Soon after, he notices a woman sitting completely still against a wall of tombstones. She doesn't move or respond, and her presence feels unnatural. The stillness alone makes the moment deeply unsettling. Despite the discomfort, he keeps moving, hoping to reach a safer part of the cemetery. But instead, that decision leads him further into the unknown.
It's definitely coming from this area. Oh my God.
¿Qué haces acá?
Yo estoy mirando para fantasmas grabando.
Pero acá nadie puede entrar de noche.
Yo tiene permiso para una muchacha.
Sí, es peligroso, acá roba.
Sí, pero ¿qué tú estás haciendo aquí?
Yo estoy buscando a mi marido, no lo encuentro, está muerto, pero no está. Yo quisiera que tú me ayudes a buscarlo.
¿Tu esposo?
Ajá.
¿Dónde?
No lo encuentro.
¿Él está caminando por aquí o está...?
Está muerto, pero no está. Yo vivo acá.
Ya.
Vivo acá. Nadie puede entrar acá de noche. Es muy peligroso. Tienes que irte porque acá pasa una maldición para ti.
No, sí, no quiero problemas, nada así.
Vete, antes que te hagan algo.
Ya, no te preocupes. Ya está, gracias. She's just staring at me. Ya, no, solamente soy confundido. Sí, ya, gracias. I am so confused for what the hell just happened right now. She just came out of nowhere and told me to get out. And that sounded like the same lady that I seen the last time where she was like, Niño. I don't know, she said something last time, but she said she was looking for her husband. I'm looking for my husband, but now he's not there. Did he just wander off? No, he's dead. And I'm like, so how are you looking for your husband? And it looked like she kind of got irritated or upset at me. Oh my God. I'm just trying to investigate in this area. And she scared the shit out of me.
Eventually, the tension becomes overwhelming. Frank decides to leave, shaken by everything he has experienced. The laughter, the silent figure, and the unsettling presence of others all suggest that something is not right about the place. If you were in that situation, would you stay to uncover the truth, or leave before it's too late? Casey Anderson is the explorer behind the YouTube channel Endless Venture. He's known for traveling through remote environments and capturing real outdoor experiences. In March 2026, one of his trips took an unexpected turn during a camping encounter in Botswana's Okavango Delta, a region widely recognized for its dense and dangerous wildlife.
Surround the fresh tracks of buffalo. And Kane says they're going to a place he calls Mupani Pan. Turns out that's where he planned on us staying the night tonight. They've earned the nickname Black Death. But turns out it's mostly the lone bulls, something that they call Dugga Boys, that are the most dangerous. But even the large herds can be dangerous in the right situation. We've got to remain cool and calm.
One of the key elements of this adventure was that he was not alone. He was accompanied by a cameraman, a local guide, and a close friend. After reaching their campsite, they set up their tent and gathered around a fire. They talked about the risks of nearby wildlife, not realizing they were already much closer to a real danger than they expected.
Elephants are in camp, but when you sleep next to a pan, which is the only water hole in the area, I think we can expect some visitors tonight.
During the night, unusual sounds briefly woke them. Fortunately, nothing happened at that moment. By morning, they continued their journey, but what they encountered next could have easily turned deadly.
Pride of lions. In the distance, we're trying to close the gap on them. Here, just on the other side of this bush. We got lions coming our way. There are 9 lions out there. Mostly lionesses, with a couple of young males. They've all spotted us in the bush and are slowly, deliberately stalking in closer. As this young male creeps in, you can see the rest of the pride lining up behind him. And while we're locked in on the male in front of us, another one quietly slipped in from behind. If you look over my shoulder in the shot, you can see all 9 lions. We are completely surrounded by a pride of African lions.
Finding themselves surrounded by a pride of lions is not something anyone would want to experience. If the lions had decided to attack, there would have been no clear way out. Thankfully, the lions remained calm, and no one was harmed. This became one of the most intense wildlife encounters they had ever experienced, and it is unlikely they will forget it anytime soon. Sometimes a situation can feel controlled until it suddenly shifts. It may seem calm at first, but small changes can turn everything around. If you were that close, would you stay and watch, or leave before things take a worse turn? On December 8th, 2017, YouTuber Creepy7 Paranormal started recording during a late-night walk near the woods in Oregon, just a short distance from his home. As the surroundings grew quieter, unusual sounds echoed from the darkness noises he immediately recognized as different from the coyotes he was familiar with in the area. The sounds carried a disturbing, almost human tone, resembling laughter drifting through the trees.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house, and you hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird. Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish, but you can hear it going off in the background right now. It's really kind of strange, just to say the least. It's been going off for about 15-20 minutes so far by the fire station. And it's pretty crazy, so if you can listen, that'd be crazy. Hold on. I mean, that almost sounds like laughter. It's actually gotten closer since it started. It's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now. I don't know what it is or what that is going off right there. You can hear it. I mean, I've seen foxes and coyotes around here for a long time, and I'm not sure why, if foxes and coyotes have been around here that long, why we wouldn't have heard them before. And all of a sudden, since November, things have been just going crazy around our community.
And they continued for nearly 20 minutes, becoming noticeably closer over time. Standing near a fire station around 11 p.m., he tried to determine the source, noting that foxes and coyotes had lived there for years without ever producing anything like it.
Pretty sure my friend who's doing a documentary on Bigfoot will enjoy this footage. That was a gunshot. Somebody just shot over into the woods.
As the tension increased, a sudden noise similar to a gunshot rang out toward the woods, abruptly shifting the atmosphere of the encounter. Unidentified sounds at night can sometimes have natural explanations, but extended human-like noises and unexpected gunfire suggest something far more unsettling may have been occurring. Was this simply people acting recklessly in the dark, or did Creepy 7 unknowingly come across something far more dangerous that night? On August 16th, 2018, YouTuber Exploring with Tom entered what he described as a haunted forest in England to film what was expected to be a routine video. While recording, he spotted a figure that looked like a clown standing completely still among the trees, a sight so out of place, it immediately triggered concern.
Mate, just chill, okay? Just chill. Ah, fuck my arm! Mate, just chill. I'll call the police or something, or the ambulance if you need help. Oh, this guy. This guy, man. Oh, fuck, he's like, what's up to me? I offered to call the police and the ambulance, he didn't want me to. No, you gotta just chill. You've gotta just chill. Mate, back off. Don't know where to run to now.
As Tom attempted to remain calm and keep his distance, the situation became increasingly tense and unpredictable, with the figure refusing any form of help or interaction. Human figures acting strangely in isolated forests can feel far more disturbing than anything supernatural, blurring the line between a prank, someone in distress, and a genuine threat. Was this an individual who needed assistance, or a situation that might have turned violent if Tom hadn't stepped away in time? In September 2024, YouTuber The Northwest Wind returned to an undisclosed jungle-like area for a stealth camping trip, despite a traumatic experience there months earlier, when his tent had been destroyed during the night and he was forced to flee from unknown individuals. Requests from viewers ultimately led him back, hoping to replace those memories with a more controlled outcome.
30 nights of my life, 1 complete month I have spent stealth camping for you in glory. We're back here tonight, gonna attempt to stay the night here. Got a nice dinner to be prepared, something I've never tried before. Gonna sleep under the stars, and hopefully it'll go better than last time. So in the 8, 9, or 10 months since I posted this video, a ton of people here have asked me to come back and attempt to camp here once more. I really did not want to, nor do I want to be here right now at all. I figured a lot of people want to see it, so we're gonna give this a fair shake. Again, I'm not thrilled about it. Not happy to be here. My goal was to come back, attempt to camp here, see what happens, cook some food, same thing as last time, and hopefully with a different result. It's also about 50 degrees warmer than last time, which makes things nice as well. So gonna get some gear unpacked here and kind of settle in, so to speak. Gonna be extra warm, no chance of rain, so we're gonna try and sleep under the stars tonight. So I feel like I'm being watched. Every direction that I look in is all completely forested. I just have no bearing or sense of what is actually beyond like my zone number 1, being like within 50 yards, everything I can see. Zone 2 would be like within a 3 to 5 minute walk. And then zone 3 is everything beyond. I feel kind of like claustrophobic.
From the moment he arrived, a sense of unease was already present. Surrounded by thick vegetation, he described a constant feeling of being watched, along with a strange and unfamiliar smell in the air.
It's only just before 8 o'clock, still a little bit of sunlight left, but I just feel that feeling again. It's not as strong. I don't feel like, I don't know how to describe it. Just the vibe. There's a vibe here and I don't like it at all. There's also a very weird smell, not like rotting or like something's dead, but just like some kind of smell. I don't know what it is. It smells like a lot of vegetables, but not fresh. I don't know how to describe the smell. That was not here last time, and it's honestly kind of putrid. I'm not saying there's like a dead body over there or something, but there's definitely a smell here, and I noticed it right when I got back here, and it's kind of like getting stronger. Did you just hear someone yelling back there? Someone's yelling back there. I don't know how far away, reasonably close. I don't know. There's people talking for sure, and I hear people walking too. Might not be easy to pick up on the camera, but not that far behind me. Hey! Hi! Someone's walking back in there now. I'm not like scared because I can just leave at any time, but someone's walking back in here now too. Someone's walking back super thick over there. Someone's walking back behind this over here. And now they just stopped. Hi! I hear somebody talking. And I am ready just in case. I have a knife. Where's my knife? I'm gonna pack my stuff up and just have it on my back. I'm not gonna go sprinting out of here like last time. I'm gonna hang tight for a little bit and just, I don't wanna do anything at the moment, but they came around there, like I said, and it sounds like they're right on the other side of this big thick stuff over here. They know I'm here. Very glad I didn't unpack my stuff because we're gonna satchel all this back together. Not dealing with this, not dealing with it, not dealing with this. Hi, hello, hi. Hi, I see you standing there. All right, they're closer than they were before. So, hi, just hanging out. This has been recording. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay tonight, boys and girls. Ah! Oh, okay. That guy was right. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm out. See ya.
As night fell, disturbing sounds began, voices, footsteps, and movement close enough to confirm he was not alone. When figures appeared nearby and seemed aware of him, he chose not to repeat his earlier mistake. He calmly packed up and left the location before anything could escalate. Some viewers believe he may have entered a hidden camp where people were guarding their territory, while others think something more unsettling was involved. Was this simply a human threat in the wilderness, or did he narrowly avoid reliving an encounter that could have ended much worse this time? On April 29, 2024, a video posted on the YouTube channel Becca Y captured an unexpectedly tense night during a truck camping trip in Texas. The channel typically centers on solo travel life on the road and quiet outdoor camping with her dog Sky. But that night unfolded very differently. While traveling near the Oklahoma-Texas border and heading toward Dallas, Becca began receiving repeated tornado warnings on her phone. Before continuing the trip, she stopped to switch out her Crocs for a new pair, just in case she needed to move around during the storm. She then continued driving toward Dallas. What would normally be a 30-minute drive suddenly felt much longer than expected.
I didn't bring my cameras with when I arrived to Dallas after, it was almost an hour and a half drive that was only supposed to be 30 minutes. I lost count of the amount of accidents that I saw because of the flooding on the highways. People were hitting the puddles and then crashing. It wasn't like two cars hitting each other like a normal accident. People were just crashing from big gust of wind, and they were just hitting the guardrail. We are in a 3 out of 5 area zone, which means we have a pretty good chance of getting a tornado tonight into tomorrow morning.
Heavy rain covered the highway, making it difficult for vehicles to travel safely. Some drivers struggled to maintain control, and accidents began appearing along the road. As the weather intensified, she decided to stop for the night at a Walmart parking lot in Dallas. The wind was already strong, so she chose to stay inside the truck rather than set up the rooftop tent, even though the space inside was tight. Inside the vehicle, she tried to keep the night as normal as possible. She cooked a simple meal of steak and asparagus, but the sound of the storm outside made it hard to relax.
Can you guys hear that over the fans? Holy crap. I'm just too nervous to even finish eating dinner. Like, I don't even have an appetite as much as I thought I would. It's 11 o'clock at night. The storm's supposed to get really bad in less than an hour. I'm nervous, so I figured it's almost safer in my front seat. I'm gonna sit in here for a while, just think of a game plan.
Rain pounded against the truck, and every gust of wind reminded her how unstable the conditions had become. Later in the night, she decided to move again.
We got some lightning. The rain is slowly starting. So we left Walmart, now we're at Home Depot. And honestly, this is better, view-wise. Oh my goodness, the lightning. It's only 2:30 a.m. right now. We're in the tornado effect area. I just checked on my phone. It's not even raining. I also don't even hear thunder. Isn't that how that works? You can't have lightning without thunder. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Around 2:30 in the morning, feeling exhausted and mentally drained, she drove to a nearby Home Depot parking lot where she hoped to get a clearer view of the sky and surrounding area. Not long after arriving, something unexpected happened.
I feel like you guys are screaming at me right now to go to Ryan's house. And I'm actually kind of considering, it would have been different if I went earlier. 11 o'clock probably would have been the latest I would have felt comfortable showing up. But he's probably asleep. We gotta go. This is stupid. Shout out Home Depot. Oh my god! Oh my god. I can't believe I got that on video. The lightning was in front of me, now it's over there.
A sudden lightning strike hit. The flash lit up the road ahead and startled her immediately. Moments later, she noticed something unusual in the sky.
Dude, someone's on a bike right now. Are you good? Why is the sky colored like that? Is that normal?
The clouds carried a strange color that made the storm appear even more unsettling. Shortly after that, she passed a cyclist riding through the storm in the early morning darkness. The sight caught her off guard. It was difficult to imagine how someone could be riding a bicycle in conditions like that. Eventually, Becca decided the safest option was to drive to a friend's home in Dallas to wait out the storm. During the night, one thunderstrike was so powerful that it shook the ground. The impact was strong enough to set off nearby car alarms. Even Sky, who is usually calm during their trips, became visibly shaken by the sound. By early morning, the storm finally began to move on. Many viewers later pointed out that storms in this region can become dangerous very quickly, especially during tornado season. Even experienced travelers can be caught off guard. If you were traveling alone during warnings like this, would you stay parked or keep driving to find shelter? On March 18, 2023, the YouTube channel English Woodsman posted a video titled Unwanted Visitor when tent camping in the wild. In this episode, the creator travels into a private woodland in the UK to test a budget dream tent he recently picked up from a clearance bundle. The plan is simple setup camp, cook dinner, and spend a quiet night alone in the forest. But once darkness settles and the calm woodland begins to feel very different. As he unpacks his gear, he quickly notices an issue.
So, it's got a clear rip, and there's the clips what's supposed to keep the tent in place. But the tent isn't too bad. From what I've seen putting it up once anyway, I think this sort of video is the way you should do it. Garden, or if you've got a bit of private woodland to go to, go there, test your equipment. Then if there's something wrong, you're not stuck away from home. So this is the inner of the tent. I'm gonna have to do something about the zip, because the zip is so dry.
The tent bag is ripped and several clips appear damaged. This raises concerns about how reliable the equipment will be. He then starts assembling the tent. While putting it together, he spots another problem.
Inside the tent, and there's something that I've realised what I didn't when I first set the tent up. I've got 1, 2, 3 holes here in the top of the tent, and if it does rain, well, that's the point where it's going to come down. You might be able to see the sky through it a little bit. Yeah, you can see 2 of them here. There, oh, you can see all 3 now there, look. So I am quite happy because I've got a solution how to sort the tent out with them 3 holes in it. Like I said, I've got 2 new pieces of item that I'm going to try tonight. So within the sleeping mat, you get like some patches in case that gets an hole in it. So I'm going to use them, hopefully, to repair the tent.
There are 3 small holes in the roof of the tent. If rain begins later, water could leak inside. To fix this, he uses repair patches that came with a new sleeping pad. He carefully places the patches over the holes in the fabric. It may not be a perfect solution, but he hopes it will last through the night. Later, he prepares dinner near the entrance of the tent. He cooks salmon first, then makes a simple chicken stir-fry.
Right, so next round of food is a chicken stir-fry. That salmon would nowhere have been good enough for me. Now let's give it a bit of colour now, isn't it? Now, I wonder what's going on because there's just been a massive set of helicopters go overhead. Just started to get proper dark now anyway. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there, some sort of army training or something.
As evening turns into night, an unexpected sound interrupts the quiet of the forest. A military helicopter flies overhead. The noise echoes through the trees before fading into the distance. Not long after rain begins to fall. Inside the tent, he checks the repair patches on the roof and hopes they will keep the interior dry.
Right, so we're in the tents now. The rain started, and I've got a small problem with them 3 little holes. I have these, and these are from the air mat. I have 2 of them, and I'm going to have to stick them over the holes. So maybe I just have to use 1. It's not ideal, but it's better than it leaking in. We're getting there. That's patch number 1 done. Just need to get the next one. I don't know if it's going to be a long-term fix, but at least for tonight it'll be alright, I think. I'm just going to have a quick look over, see if there's any more that I do need to cover up before I decide to get into my sleeping bag.
Later in the night, he suddenly wakes to the sound of footsteps outside the tent. Something is clearly moving around the campsite.
Just being woken by something seemed to be walking around my tent a bit, and it's walked Dan up as well because Dan's just messaged me. You know the guidelines that you pull out, something I felt, no, not, I don't know, it's just, it woke me up so quick. Raining as well. Now if I were by myself, I'd be a little bit more nervous, let's say. I get there's wildlife and things like that.
The slow steps circle the area more than once, making it difficult to judge how close it really is. When he shines his light outside, the rain and darkness hide whatever might be there. At one point, it even feels as if something or someone is standing right beside the thin wall of the tent. After some time, the sounds finally stop and the forest becomes quiet again. When morning arrives, he checks the campsite and the tent. Because the gear's damaged and the tent is wet, he decides to pack up earlier than planned. In forest at night, rain and darkness can make small animals sound much larger than they are. Still, when footsteps circle a tent in the dark, it can feel unsettling. So what do you think visited the campsite that night? An animal exploring the area, or something else moving quietly through the woods? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.